Welcome back to Assassin's Creed Rebellion. We are going to do another Helix event, and actually one of my favorites, the Eagle's Shadow. Once again, the reason why it's one of my favorites is because this is actually one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games, period. It's the very first one. I love the setting of it, which we'll go into here in a brief moment, but this is fantastic. So the official synopsis of this event when it came out for the Eagle's Shadow is Acre 1191. So year of our Lord 1191 in Acre. Thanks to our newly deciphered partial fragments of genetic memories of Altaïr's contemporaries, we were able to construct a simulation of this possibly new interpretation of the famous story of Altaïr. In 1191, the Levantine Brotherhood of Assassins was heavily involved in disrupting the activities of the Templar Order in the Holy Land. Under the order of his mentor, Mualim, Altaïr had been traveling to the Levant and eliminating threats to peace, agents of the Templar Order throughout the Holy Land. His next target, a powerful Templar knight and lord named William de Montferrat, resides within the city of Acre. Mualim, the great mentor of the Levantine Order, orders a team of assassins to travel to the city to support their brother, in his mission from the shadows. They will interfere with the Templar agents in the city, killing them and sowing chaos so Altaïr can have a clear run at his target. Thanks to the power of our special animus simulation, it is now your turn to experience this possible alternative interpretation of the Levantine assassins' achievements against the Templars. So this is the Eagle's Shadow, which is sort of like a retelling, if you will, of Assassin's Creed 1, which was my favorite. So we're going to go ahead and we'll travel through these missions. We'll do it on the Grandmaster difficulty. Once again, I will say, if you don't remember how Helix Rift events work, you'll see how it has this little thing up here for getting special events. It appears as though this is one of the ways that they allow for people to get DNA fragments, special ones, because they rotate heroes around. You'll notice that actually within this particular group, the bonus DNA events outside of Maria Thorpe, actually, let me see his bio. Yeah, almost everybody. I was checking Yusuf because I feel like he was Ottoman Brotherhood. All right, Renaissance. Literally the only hero of this entire group that would have been born at the events of this time, which you actually run across her, is Maria Thorpe. Okay, so she was an English nobleman during the 12th century, and she has a very interesting backstory. You can actually earn her DNA through this event, at least as of this time. They tend to rotate stuff around. But you'll have to kind of suspend disbelief for a lot of this, because once again, most of these heroes, Guillermo, Yusuf, Louisa, and Gregarious, were about 400 years separated from this time period, and Ivor is about 300 years, 200 to 300 years before this time period. So you kind of just have to suspend belief on certain events in order to get this to work for you. But if you can do that, it's not too big of a deal. So we'll go back into the events and we'll start our first mission, which is Illusionary Words. William of Montferrat greatly wishes to be called to the field to support Richard's army, but we need him in Acre so Altaïr can launch his attacks. If the city is threatened, Montferrat will be forced to remain in there. We have traveled to Acre under the guidance of Mualim. We will forge a missive alleging of an impending attack on the city walls and place it within the chambers of King Richard's steward. Montferrat will be forced to remain, and Altaïr will have his target. So there we go. Again, you're not able to use either Altaïr or Mualim if you have unlocked them, which I have, even though they're of lower level, so unfortunately that's what we'll not do. Again, what I will use is I will use their recommended heroes Only for the fact that you get better... actually, I'll have to use one other here. Do I have one that would be born during this time? Not really. Okay, so I could just use whoever. So I'll use Ezio. Again, Renaissance period, so you can't really... You'll have to suspend belief, but you'll see they get a bonus Helix Rift event, and that's how you get better rewards. And I'm still trying to earn DNA for Maria Thorpe, so that's what I'll do. So this is the Grandmaster mission, Illusionary Words, Chapter 1. Here, King Richard's Citadel. Remember Mualim's orders. You called for us, Mualim? Yes, my children. Your brother Altaïr will soon travel to Acre, and the forces arranged against him there are ferocious. Brother Altaïr has never needed support before. Will we not get in his way? There is more at stake here than a few dead Templars, my children. Altaïr will need your help. Of course, Mualim. Your first task is to ensure that William de Montferrat remains within the city. You must find a way to make the Templars think his presence crucial. Understood. We shall leave at once. I have concocted a false report requiring Montferrat's attention. Quickly, we must sneak in and place the forgery where Richard's steward will find it. Alright, so our first options here, obviously I'm going to have to use, this one require, you know what, I'm going to use Yusuf, because it's a lot of free running stuff will get us where we need to go. We can use his free running adept, I think that's what it is, in order to get us up here. We will send Guillermo through there, because once again he's facing, and you'll see their hit points are up. Now these are pretty powerful heroes. Both Ezio and Guillermo are legendary heroes. As you can see, they hit like a truck, and they're all decked out. Once again, we can go down there. Okay, we'll send Guillermo down because he has the highest chance of breaking it, and we want the actual rewards out of it. So we got 1.4k. It's not bad. Okay, so we can actually do some assassinations. So what we'll do is we'll send Ezio through in order to do the various assassinations in this next area. Because he's got stealth assassination, which works really, really well. Again, Ezio is one of those characters that has some very unique skills. Remember, if you are playing this, I'm going to switch to Yusuf again while I'm speaking. But if you're playing this, we'll use Free Running Master. Remember that these heroes that I'm using here are not recommended heroes for this event. Helix Rift events like to rotate heroes, so use whatever you can to finish them. Preferably, you're going to want to use the ones with the highest bonus for Helix Rift, unless you really need a specific hero because there's problems. But in this particular case, don't imagine using Ezio every time. So we'll use Assassination Grandmaster there, because the next time this event comes into play, it very well may have a different crop of heroes. Ooh, this is beautiful. Again, if you have a character who can learn Leap of Faith, right here it is, you'll be able to use Leap of Faith and bypass the majority of this map. See, you're able to bypass, otherwise you would have to fight that enemy down there. Thankfully, we don't have to. We can go in here, we'll plant the false document, and go from there. The forgery is placed. Let us get out of here. Mission complete. So that was mission 1, Illusionary Word, for In the Eagle's Shadow. Definitely one of my favorite missions. So we'll complete our missions, get our rewards, and move on to the next chapter.